Tholeni might have been known as the village of death, but to me, it was also a village of strength. It's a staggering statistic. 1 in 3 women will be raped or beaten in her lifetime. You hear that number and it feels too large, too horrific to be real, until you meet the women behind the number.
She killed me that side. And then you cried.
And in 2013, I did. Welcome back to my journalism toolkit. If this is your first time, I'm Jamal Osman, and each week I bring you personal experiences behind some of my reports.
Get some down there.
And today, I wanted to take you back to a story I reported more than a decade ago. It's one that never left me. Not because of its horror, though there was horror, but because of the courage I found in the most unlikely of places. The story begins in a tiny village in South Africa, a place called Tholeni, a quiet patch of land, population 600. 600 souls surrounded by open country and secrets. Between 2007 and 2012, 24 women and children were raped and murdered there. That's nearly 1 in every 20 people there. And for 5 long years, no one was arrested. I still remember the drive-in, the air heavy with a kind of silence that doesn't sit right. The kind of silence that has a memory. A place where grief clings to the fences. I visited a women's refuge that had formed in the heart of it all. It wasn't a building so much as a gathering. Old women, mothers, widows. They came with grief in their eyes. They met not because they felt safe, but because they didn't. Tholeni had earned a name, the village of death. And as I listened to their stories, each more heartbreaking than the last, I kept thinking, how did this happen here for so long without justice knocking on a single door? The police, well, South Africa's police force has long struggled with a reputation for inefficiency, and worse, the country's murder rate is among the highest in the world, and in Tholeni it showed. 5 years passed, 24 bodies and nothing. Until finally, in August of the previous year, a man from the very same village was arrested. He was charged with 23 counts of murder, 5 counts of rape, 8 break-ins. I spoke to Jackson, one of the local police officers from Butterworth. He was proud that something finally had been done.
After this wonderful job by Butterworth Police, and they are praising us, they say this is a wonderful job, and I call it a breakthrough of the century.
He called it the breakthrough of the century. But I couldn't help thinking, what about the 5 years of silence, the 5 years of fear, the 24 lives already lost? This was your only child?
Yes.
I met a young woman named Noxola. She'd lost her mother and her little sister, just 13. She told me she still didn't feel safe, and honestly, how could she? You received a phone call saying your whole family has been attacked.
Yes. And I come back to Butterworth.
And then you went to the hospital. the women of Tholeni continued to meet, to share their trauma, to cling to each other, because when the state failed them, when justice was slow and blind and absent, they had only one another. This isn't just a story of violence, it's a story of survival, of women who refuse to disappear. In the darkest place, they lit candles of resistance. They gathered, they remembered, they carried on. Tholeni might have been known as the village of death, but to me, it was also a village of strength. To see more stories, join me on Substack. This is my journalism toolkit. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.